Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we have our King of the Ring 2019 preview show. Gonna run down the brackets and the dates for the semifinals and finals. So I'm hoping we can get a little discussion going here. Before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to Jose De La Rosa. Thank you very much, guys. If you would like a shout out in one of my next videos, make sure you drop a comment down below. Let's get into this King of the Ring 2019 preview. So this one just kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't really hear this being reported at all, and unless they really just kind of came up with it, out of nowhere. This this really just kind of came out of nowhere. Like I said, what's going on, man? Um, so the qualifying matches will be starting this coming Monday night on Raw and SmackDown. This will be the August 19th and August 20th 2019 episodes of Raw and SmackDown. On the Raw side, we got 8 superstars, 8 from SmackDown. So let's run down the participants first, and then I'll give my picks for each bracket. On Raw, Raw looks pretty good. This one was a tough side to pick from. We have Cesaro versus Samoa Joe, Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre, Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn, The Miz versus Baron Corbin. On on SmackDown, we got Kevin Owens versus Elias. Elias actually in a match. Wow. Ali versus Buddy Murphy. Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin, former tag team partners. And Apollo Crews versus Andrade Cien Almas. So the SmackDown side does look like a bit weaker than Raw, but overall, I'm happy. Like I said, this is one of my favorite concepts in WWE. Always love King of the Ring. You know, fantastic. You know, I feel like kind of Money in the Bank. Once that was introduced, they kind of did away with King of the Ring. Even prior to that, they did. We've only had what 3 or 4 King of the Ring since the creation of Money in the Bank. So the semifinals will take place at Madison Square Garden. Those 2 garden shows they announced for September 9th and 10th. Those is where the semifinals of the King of the Ring will take place, and the finals will take place that following Sunday, September 15th, at Clash of Champions pay-per-view. So it seems like they put a decent amount of thought into this. You can't really just put a tournament up in a day. It does take several amount of planning. So let's run down my predictions. Comment down below what you think will be the best match or matches of this tournament, and let me know, who do you think is going to win this thing. If you got a winner or a couple of winners, comment down below. So for the Raw side, let's run down the brackets once again, and I'll give you my picks. Cesaro versus Samoa Joe. I'm actually going to go with Cesaro on that one. Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. I'd love to see Ricochet and Cesaro. I'd even like to see Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. But I think, Cesaro and McIntyre will be a good match. Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn. I'm actually going to go with Alexander on that one. And then we have The Miz versus Baron Corbin. So Corbin has been off TV for a month or two now. This is going to be his big return. I don't see Corbin losing, so Corbin's going to be my pick. Following night on SmackDown, we have Kevin Owens versus Elias. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens defeating Elias. Ali versus Buddy Murphy. I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy. Uh, Buddy Murphy and Roman Reigns actually had a really good match last past week on SmackDown. So, Buddy Murphy, I see big things for him in the near future. I don't know if he'll win this tournament, but I do think he'll do well. Shelton Benjamin versus Chad Gable. I think this will be a really good match. I'm gonna go with Benjamin for that one, and Apollo Crews versus Andrade. I don't think this match will lead up to anything. Again, I think the SmackDown side is a bit weaker, but I'm gonna go with Andrade to win that side. As for the semifinals and finals, I do think this is smart on WWE to kind of plan ahead to those garden shows. And the semifinals is going to be tough to predict, but along the way, I do feel like it'll be McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander and Kevin Owens versus Andrade. I'm not going to predict a winner of the overall King of the Ring until we get to our Clash of Champions prediction show. But I do think this will be a pretty good tournament. Kind of sucks it's spread over the course of a month, but I do think this will be, fairly decent. Whether they release it on DVD or not, that'll be another story, but this will be fun. King of the Ring will be, it's a goofy concept overall. There have been some good King of the Rings, there's been some bad ones, but when used correctly, we've had really good King of the Ring winners. Guys like Edge and Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, and then you got guys like Steve Austin and Triple H that really elevated their careers and took it to the next level. Hey, what's going on, man? Manuel. Um, will this be a King of the Ring where it's, something you'll remember a year, 5 years, 10 years from now? Probably not, but for the time being, I think it's going to be something that'll kind of elevate a superstar to the next level, give them a push for a few months, and then, I don't think they'll adopt the King gimmick, but I think this will be kind of a rebranding of the character or a super a kind of push, give him a little push and push him in the right direction, give him a solid push. This would be cool to kind of see Kevin Owens win the thing. I don't know if they'll go that route, but the whole Stone Cold Kevin Owens using the stunner, he could win the King of the Ring and fans will eat it up. Yeah, you know what? I thought we'd never see it again after 2015. It was a train wreck. Bad News Barrett. Um, Bad News Barrett was a decent pick, but I don't think people wanted to see him heal. They love the Bad News Barrett thing, and they kind of put the axe over that. Guys that I think would do well winning this, guys like Cesaro, Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre. People are already predicting Baron Corbin's winning this. Um, I think, he'll make it towards the end of the tournament. I'm not going to say he's going to win it. Um, but this looks cool. I wish they would have put an NXT guy or a couple of NXT guys in this. Give it a little more prestige, say, hey, we're going to have a qualifying match on Raw or SmackDown, put a couple NXT guys in there and have them go to a semifinals or do well in it. That'd be awesome. There's so many different directions in here. Another thing, whether people wanted to see it, is to the Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in the finals. Um, it could work. It'd be a great match, but I don't think they'd. I don't think they're gonna go that way. So this isn't gonna be a long live stream. This is just gonna be a quick video. Let me know your thoughts and predictions for King of the Ring 2019. As always, we'll talk to you later. Peace.